good people, welcome back to Freedom with Fridah. In case you're new here, hi, my name is Fridah Nguku and this is the best place for you, so subscribe and join the family. I am coming to you this afternoon. It's actually afternoon. It's 1st of December. Merry Christmas, guys. It's Christmas month. Oh, this is Utawala and we have to wait mpaka ndege zipite so we can talk. So can we wait for a little bit? Anyway, guys, so I am coming to you because it's Christmas and the Vlogmas has started, and also we are in the mood of decorating our spaces. So in the mood of making our spaces look beautiful because our families will be coming back home. We want to be able to take pictures in beautiful spaces, and I want to be able to help you and also what is that? And also answer some of your questions that I get when I do wallpaper and interior design videos on this channel, which you people love. I get so many questions about how do I choose the wallpaper, how do I choose the best curtain, what do you look at it when you're buying a curtain, or some people are like, I want to do my curtains to use what color, I want to do this wallpaper. There are so many misconceptions when it comes to choosing colors, choosing themes, what to look at when you're choosing your curtains or even your wallpaper. So I want to be able to do that specifically for my living room, choosing curtains, choosing wallpapers, and also show you what I have in my living room, and also get onto my bedroom and let's talk about what are some of the colors you can have in your bedroom. All right. Anyway, so today I want to talk about curtains. The next video is gonna be about wallpapers for your living room, but today we're talking about curtains for your living room because I get that question a whole lot. Behind me is my curtains. I actually did a video when I was installing curtains into my house, and you people loved that video. Actually, most of you watched it. Thank you for watching. And today I just want to show you guys what are some of the things that you look at when you're actually choosing curtains. I might get behind the camera so I can show you a few things. When I was buying these curtains, you guys, I remember if you watched that video, you remember I mentioned that I did buy a shear for my door. Anyway, before we get to that, can we just talk a little bit about, let me bring you guys down. Let's talk a little bit about what are some of the things you would look at when you're actually choosing curtains. So number one is the texture of the curtain. Actually, before you get to the texture, you're in your house and you want to go and buy curtains. Mostly we buy curtains in eastleigh. They have all varieties of curtain in terms of texture, in terms of design, in terms of colors, and also affordability. Then depending on the amount you want to spend, you have variety to choose from. You can choose for 400, 300, 500, 1600, 2500, whatever it is, depending on your budget. So that's a good thing with choosing curtains in eastleigh, and I'm going to guys to hook you up with the mall that I go to get curtains from at eastleigh on the description box. Anyway, so the first thing you do is before you leave your house to go get your curtains, you need to look at your house, and the first thing you look at is your seat. That's one thing that people get wrong. You don't look at the walls. When I tell people, people ask me, what curtains do I choose my walls at? Then they're like, my walls are green or my walls are yellow. I'm like, the walls is not the first thing that dictates your curtains. Mostly it's your seat. And most of the time when you move to houses, or most houses, their normal walls will be cream or white or off-white. You'll find very weird landlords doing blue in the whole room, and I'm thinking, why are you dictating? Because colors have meanings, guys, and they have moods. Whatever color you have in your room will dictate a lot. For example, we have warm colors. Let me stop fabbling. Let's first talk about the room. Look at your room in terms of what seat you have. For me, I have a great couch, as you can see behind me. So when I'm choosing my curtain, I am looking at my couch. I have a grey couch, so I want something that will blend with that grey. And grey happens to be somehow a neutral color, so it doesn't limit you that much. Also, the other thing you need to check is, and this is gonna be weird, is also the curtains. Anyway, so if you are in that space where you want to change your curtains, or you've moved to a new house and you're wondering what curtains to buy, I'm gonna help you today. And let's start by what are some of the things you look at when you're choosing your curtain. And the first thing that you look at is, before you leave your house to go and buy curtains, you are supposed to look at your couch. This is my couch. This couch is gray and it has a bit of gray and white. So when you're looking for curtains, you have to consider your couch. Your couch plays a huge role in your living room. A huge role. Your seats will dictate a lot. So for me, I don't have like different seats. There are people who have the main couch and then they have the decorative couches that have to sit on a corner for that decorative purpose. I don't have that. For me, it's just the main couch, which is gray and white. So when I'm looking for a curtain, I'm going to look at colors that will blend perfectly with what I have. I am a very minimalist, and this has been the trend actually for 2022. Simplicity and minimalist. If you're one person who can minimize on how many colors you have in your room, I am that person. And when I'm advising people, I first get to hear your side of the story. What are some of the things you love? What are some of the colors? Then I can advise from there. But the first thing you look at is actually your couch. Is it a decorative couch? Is your living room over the decorative part, or is it just a main couch that you want to be able to consider? For me, I am going to be doing this video showing you with the example of my room. So my living room is gray and white, purely gray and white. There's a little bit of black on the carpet, and this is something I remember I mentioned actually I might change. There's this part, but also it has the gray bit of it. Black is not it's not a color that can really limit you if it's not the main thing, so I don't have an issue with a little bit of black in it. But when you are choosing, before you go get curtains at eastleigh, because most of you go there, please check your room, check your couch, and so that you're able to have a mind of what is it that I want to go do. Now, when you're choosing curtains, I actually wrote some notes down so I don't forget. You need to look for the purpose, like what is the purpose of your curtain, and I want to be able to illustrate this with my curtain. So allow me guys to move behind here and raise you guys a little bit so you can see what I mean by that. So when I say you need to you look for the purpose of the curtain, we have blocking curtain. When I say blocking curtains, it's the main curtain. Like this for me is a blocking curtain, because if I do this, you're not able to see. So it acts as a blockage. Someone who is from outside cannot see the inside. You can have different colors. So there you go. First, let me explain why I had that look. If you look keenly, you can tell the gray at the middle and my couch are somehow blending. Now, I wanted to have some little bit of texture. Texture here is the pattern that I'm getting on this, and have a plain to complement that. That's why I have a plain curtain. And this issue has come up where you can have a plain and a colored one and a plain. So they are both acting as blockage curtain and also decorative curtain. So they are there, like when I open my curtains like this, there's some beautiful look in them. Let me show you guys. You see now there's that consistency of, oh, I have plain gray there, and then I have that middle one, and then I have gray here all the way. So as much as they are there for blockage, they are also there for decorative purposes. The other way you can use curtains for decorative purposes is what I have done, and I want you guys to be able to observe this. So my window gets here. Let me zoom you in kidogo. When I did these curtains, I remember explaining to you guys that my window is at the middle, like it's not all the way here. And for you to be able to make your house look bigger, curtains can really help you with that. So most of people, when they're building houses, they will have this part of the curtain. They will have this part of the curtain, this one that holds the curtain, where the window ends. So that means your curtains will be at the middle. But for me, I didn't want that to happen. I wanted to have my curtain extended so that they make my house bigger. And I'm about to show you guys how that worked and how that helps you now to have curtains that are actually there for decorative purposes. I hope I have raised you guys high enough. feel like we've gone so up, but anyway. So if you check, sorry, I'm going to talk from here. First of all, I took my curtain rod all the way up. So we call that ceiling to floor curtain. So that means it has expanded my house up. So that it's up there. And then I now extended all the way to the corner. That means if I come to this side, my curtain is all the way to the end. So this part of my curtain is a wall. It's not a window. But my curtains, when I open them, that's where they end up. They end up all the way to here. And then now my sheer comes all the way to where the window is starting. So that makes my house look bigger compared to how it would look if I just decided to have the curtain on a normal length where they put the curtain holders. Am I making sense? So you can expand and make your house, curtains can play the purpose of making your house look bigger by how you expand them and also how you expand them up to ensure they're coming from ceiling all the way down and all the way from the wall. You can make your house look like, so my house looks like it has a very huge window. You're giving that illusion of a big window. And also my curtain, since there is some decorative part of it, makes it look like I'm also decorating my house using my curtain. So they can be decorative, they can be blockage, but they can also be sheer. Now sheer is this one, which is very important because you don't want to be having dark days where now you put the blockade curtain and the lighting is not coming in. So sheer acts as also a blockage because people from outside won't be able to see you inside through the sheer, but also it allows lighting into your house. By now we know that. So those are some of the purposes. I hope I've not forgotten anything. Curtains come in different materials. You have cotton is the best, linen is also a good one. We have velvet. The good thing with velvet is that it's very easy for it to flow down. It doesn't have to keep shaking or keep like it's gathering up here, so it just flows. So that flow is very important. Cotton also does that. So when you're looking for curtains, look for those things. I'm gonna just mention a few things on gathering. The more gathers you have in your curtain, the more beautiful it looks. So if you have like a 1 meter window, yeah, 1 meter, and you want to put a blockade curtain, the outside curtain, not the sheer. The sheer you can have 2 meters, or you can have, again, the sheer with the many gathers. Gathers is how it gathers like this. Or when you're doing this, how it gathers. Yeah, these are the gathers I'm talking about. So the more gathers you have, the more beautiful your curtain is gonna look. So if you have a 1 meter curtain, then you can make a 4 meter. If you have a 1 meter window, you can make a 4 meter curtain. That is 2 and 2, and then now they'll bring enough gathers for you. And then your gathers now, when you open your curtain, they just make it look so beautiful. So don't go for, because my curtain is 1 meter, I want 1 meter. It will just cover there, and then you don't have enough gathers to make it look beautiful. And you want your house to look beautiful. That's something else also you consider. The other thing is, please blend your colors well. Stop having, like for example, I put this, the middle one is the gray and black, this one. Then you can imagine if I came and put another very busy one with a different pattern. It makes my house very busy. You want to avoid, by the way, patterns make your house extremely busy. So careful how much pattern you're putting into your house. You don't want to get into a living room and you want to be calm, you want to rest, and then you just feel like everything is everywhere. Before I finish up, I'm going to have to put, I didn't put a sheer here, but I'm going to put one before we can call it the end of it. But before I forget, the colors you choose of your curtains are very important because colors have meaning. I'm one person who wants calmness. I want to be able to be calm in my living room because my house is my safe space. It's a place I go and I feel safe. It's a place I want to go home and feel, after all the shenanigans of the world out there, I want to be able to be calm. So I chose gray. Gray has some little bit, it's not the dark gray, it's the light gray, because even my wallpaper is actually a lighter gray. I'll show you that when I'll be doing the next video. I'll be doing on how to choose wallpapers. But I chose white. I love white. If there's a way I can just have white in my whole house, I can actually do that. But there's a lot of maintenance in it, which I am not sure I have the energy. Anyway, so there's a lot of white in my house, and then gray is to bring to not make it so bright, to bring it down. Most of you actually will be like, I want curtains that will tone down the colors in my house, because your house is extremely bright. You want to tone it down so you can have dark colors. So if your couch is brown, if your couch is white, everything is white, you can decide your curtains are actually the one that are going to match with the wallpaper, and have like a brown curtain and with a white sheer to complement the white in your house. So many balances, but don't mix so many colors in your curtain. It's going to bring a lot of confusion. It's going to make you so overwhelmed in the house. So choose the purpose of your curtain. It can be decorative. It can make your house beautiful. It can be purposeful. It could be probably it's there to make your house bigger by expanding it width or height, whatever it is that you're going to do. Or it's there specifically just to block that window, to ensure that no one can see through. And most of the time, that's a functionality for every curtain, because they're put on windows. By the way, there are people who actually put curtains on a wall just to show to give an illusion of a window. Like for example, I just come and decide the space is so plain. This is just a plain wall, and I just want to put an illusion of a window. I can put a very beautiful decorative curtain there and make it look like there are rolls there. It will always be open to give you that illusion. This happens even in studios, happens in photo shoot places, all those places in hotels. People do that a lot. So it can be decorative. It can be there to complement the colors in your room. It can be there to make your house bigger. It can be there to block. So giving you, some of you asked how much I bought my curtains. I guess you didn't listen to my videos on curtains. This one was a little bit expensive because it's cotton. It's the material is cotton, so it's heavy. It was going for 950 per meter, and then this one was going for 400 per meter. So again, when you go to eastleigh, you have varieties. You have varieties to choose from depending on your budget. And curtains are not cheap. Let me start by saying that curtains are not cheap, because you'll buy that 1 meter for 400. You want someone to be able to shona it for you, like make it suitable for your window. It's 100 bob kushonewa, and then putting the rod and the rings, depending on the rings you choose, they start from 150. By the way, the rods I have right now, the rings I have, the white one, let me zoom you in. You see these ones, those rings, those ones. Don't let anyone in eastleigh tell you that they go for 250. It's 150. I'm giving you that more Kenya. So don't let them con you guys. Anyway, so like in 1 meter, you've already spent 400. Cheap. I think the cheapest curtain you can get, the cheapest good quality curtain you can get right now is 400 per meter. So in 1 meter already you have 400 plus 100 plus 150. That's already 650 for just 1 meter. So it's most likely for one window that is 1 meter, you might end up spending 4,000. That's how expensive curtains are. So ensure that you really think through it before you buy your curtain. I hope I've been able to help you guys. If you have more questions, you can leave in the comment section and I'll be able to answer you. Now I want to put my sheer on that door, which I didn't do the last time I bought curtains, and most of you were like, no, put a sheer. So that's what I want to do today. So come with me. So I went back to eastleigh and I actually bought the same sheer as the one I have on the window, and got these guys to make it for me. So my door is 1 meter, so I did a 1.5 for the sheer, but the curtain itself is 2 meters, right? And then for the door, I didn't think I need to separate 2 curtains. It's just 1. So let's do this. Also at eastleigh, they sell the rods, just in case you don't have them. Most of the houses, when you move into them, they have these rods, but eastleigh have them. This one was going for, I just needed one because all others were fixed. So this one was going for 700, just one. When there are 2, they go for 12 to 13, depending again with the quality. There are those ones for I think 600. The quality is not good. Whatever quality you choose, the money will determine that. So let me raise you guys so you can see me fix my door, and let's see how it looks with a sheer. I'm excited to see how it's gonna look. All right. So this is the rod I have for this curtain, but I feel like it will fit well for the sheer, and then the other one to go for the curtain. So I'm just going to exchange them. The outer curtains of the curtain should be on the outside. For the sheer, sorry, not the curtain. It should be on the inside. On the outside. Then the other one on the inside. So let's do this. So these are the rings I'm saying they go for $150. Don't let them con you at your ni 250 nini. They have that habit. If you don't know, what a beer. I love my curtain to drip all the way down, from up down. They make my house bigger. And who wants to stay in like a small house? So as you can tell, this is going all the way down. Yeah, there you go. My house is, the colors that I painted on my house actually brilliant white. It's extremely white. That's why you can see it looks like it's actually whiter than the curtain itself. So let's get this back. So can you tell now there's a blend? Let me I'm going to show you how it looks from this corner. So finally, I feel like there's consistency of that gray. Can you tell that the camera, that curtain is up, all the way up, all the way up. Oh, that road has not gone in well. I'm gonna put it back nicely. So yeah, I feel like there's more consistency now. I can open, when opening my curtains, I can ensure that everything is flowing and flowing nicely. There you go. So now I can of course close that, the one on the door, just push it and then it closes. Then in the morning I just open and leave the sheer, so the sheer won't allow anyone to see me, although it's like I live alone here, like it's very hard for anyone to come here. I hope I have helped someone right here who is looking for colors. You can Google what are some of the meaning of colors that you have, like red brings some emotions, red, green brings red. It's red. Which other color? Let me check for you guys. Red, yellow, and orange bring some love, some feeling of power, some feeling of love, some feeling of happiness, some passion. Red has that effect. And then the cool colors like blue, like gray, like which other, green, purple, they brings some form of calmness. So when you get in that room, you feel like some sort of a calmness. I don't know. Colors have moods. They can dictate the mood that you're going to have when you're in that room. Thank you so much for watching this video. In case you have any question, leave it in the comment section. The next video is going to be how to choose wallpapers, and this is going to be very passionate for me because that's what I do. I sell wallpapers and then install and advise you people on what's the best wallpaper. I hope I have not been this unfocused the whole time. So I'll be able to talk about those things. What are some of the designs to choose? What are the best designs? Where do you put it? Do you put in the whole room? I get those questions a lot. And in case you're interested in wallpapers, kindly, I'm going to leave my number in the description box. You can just call me and I'll beautify your house this Christmas. Thank you so much. Kindly give this video a thumbs up and see you in my next video. Bye.